Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Chelsea, and if you're new around here, we like to see beauty related content on this channel. If that's something that you like, then please hit subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, then please click on the below and you'll be notified of every time that I upload. So I look a bit crazy. I just had my hair done, to be fair, and I absolutely love the colour because it's gone a bit more blonde. You can't really tell right now, but we've gone a bit more icier. Decided to quickly wrap it because, I don't know, I'm going out later and I just fancy wrapping it because the bounciness has dropped a little bit, which is absolutely fine, like it always does, to be fair. So let me just wrap this up there so it's not as crazy looking. But I was just about to do my makeup and I thought I'd show you some of my holy grail products, like products that I use all the time, that I always reach for, especially when I'm actually making the effort. And I've got literally so many products here that I'm just going to run through because I've got so many new products that I want to start rotating so then I can discover new favourites. So before I discover new favourites, I want to show you my current favourites, and then hopefully in the next few months, when I probably redo this video like beginning of next year, there could be some new ones to add to this, and if there isn't enough new ones, then I can rotate it and video it. So yeah, that's the reason behind showing you all these products. So I've got palettes, I've got primers, like basically a full face foundation, concealer. To be fair, I've only got one concealer here, which is one that I just constantly repurchase. Setting sprays, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, primers, lip liners, and all the good stuff. So if you want to see my current favourites and watch me apply just my everyday kind of make an effort makeup, then please stay tuned. So let's start with brows, and I've got a spot there which is quite annoying. So in terms of brows, as you can see, my brows are quite pants. Let me just zoom in a bit. Yeah, my brows are pants. They're quite fair. I usually use the Maybelline Tattoo Brow to just to tint them, but it literally only lasts a few days. I need to buy some actual proper tint, but I don't really do much with my brows. On a day-to-day, I don't really do much with my brows. I do like quite a natural brow, and I'm liking a thinner brow as well. Not too thin, not too thick. However, what I will do is when I do something to my brows, I know that this brand is a bit hit and miss at the moment because not being inclusive enough and things like that, but I am a sucker for the Pink Honey Brow Glue. Was it Honey Glue Super Hold Brow? I want to say this is just something that I always repurchase. It lasts for ages as well. So I always take that and a clean spoolie, but with my spoolie, instead of wetting it with water, I tend to go in with some setting spray, spray that on my spoolie and in the glue. And I always do the step first, even before primer and skin prep, because I just find my brows just stick better. I like this one. I also like the, just for like, oh, it looks a bit murky because I've obviously used it after using like brow pencils, but I like the BFF brow glue from the Beauty Crop as well. I've got a new one that was obviously in my advent calendar, which I have unboxed on my channel already. Advent calendars, I did pick up the Made by Mitchell 25-day one, which I'm really excited about because I don't have a clue what's inside it. And I know I wasn't going to get it, but I am quite tempted to get the P. Louise one now, you know. I don't know, I feel like some of it's a bit gimmicky, but some of it is quite nice products, and I don't know, I feel a bit lost without having a P. Louise advent calendar this year, although I just don't know how I feel about spending £240 on it. But yeah, I'm just lightly brushing this into my brows, and then what I always do is I just use my finger and press the brow hairs down. I do find this is the most long lasting brow glue, and then I'm just going to use the spoolie and I'm just going to shape them around the edge of how I prefer them because I don't want them too sticking up. And once I've done that, I'm just going to take a clean wipe and just wipe all the excess product around the edge so it doesn't mix with my foundations and things, and that's it. So I will pencil in any sparse areas at the very end, but in terms of gluing my brows down, that's what I will use. So in terms of primers, there's a few primers that I go in with, and these are a few different favourite ones. So I've got the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is a favourite. It is very expensive, but I just think it's worth it. It's just really nice to moisturise and prep your skin and as a primer. Then I'll also go in with the gripping primer. As you can see, I'm nearly out of this. This is my second one. I like the e.l.f. Power Grip primer with the nice niacinamide in it. And then I like a few different glowy primers to also add on as well, just to give that skin a little bit of life that sometimes peeps through after your foundation. So I've got a mixture of three. So I've got the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. I absolutely love this. Even if I'm not wearing any foundation, I will put this on and it just good to go, to be honest. And then I've got these two. So I've got the Be Perfect Perfection Primer, Golden Glow Illuminating Primer. I've not used this one in ages, so I might actually use this one today. And also the Iconic London Radiance Booster as well. This is also one of my favourites. So yeah, these three in terms of glowy primers, or even I would probably wear each of these without any makeup on, just if I just want something on my skin, because they just give the perfect amount of glow, a little bit of a tint, and yeah, I just love them. So first of all, we're going in with the vitamin enriched base, and you only need a small bit, to be fair, and I use it sparingly because it is so expensive. I know there are dupes, like Primark's got a dupe. I'm pretty sure like Aldi and Lidl have got dupes now. And I've also got the Beauty Crop pink primer, pumping moisturiser primer, which is same sort of effect, but I just love the Bobbi Brown one. It just gives more of a luxurious experience, to be honest. And then I will go in with the e.l.f. So I just pump a little bit on that. I do like the Milk Gripping Primer as well. I have got the new glowy one, which I have used a few times, but not enough to see if it's a favourite. And that kind of just has two steps in one. And then I'm going to use the oldie but the goodie, the Be Perfect Perfection Primer. And I just go in with my hands with each of these primers. I don't really use brushes for them, but I've just got a really nice glow to the skin, and my skin feels tacky as well, so it's like, for me, that's perfect for primers. In terms of foundations, so I've got hair dye on my ear, toner on my ear. Yeah, so in terms of foundations, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour Skin Tint. This is in the shade 40. This is like my ultimate fave. I'd say it's more of a foundation, to be honest, rather than a skin tint. Well, it gives the coverage of a foundation, but it is so lightweight. And to blend that in, I always use my Peach and Cream PC08 brush, and I just use a little bit on day to day. But other ones that I really do love is the May by Mitchell Truth Tint. So this is the sheer skin tint in the shade, is it 119? Truth Tint, oh, 9, ha, 2 T's. And then in terms of foundations, what I have got is, I've been loving this Maybelline Super Stay foundation. I love Maybelline skin products, absolutely love them. So this is the Lumi Matte Foundation. I got this in shade 140. It's a really nice foundation. It's probably my newest one out of these lot, but I've been wearing this a lot, especially like to work and stuff. It lasts so well on me. And then we've also got this, looks disgusting, so don't judge, but this is the True Match, L'Oreal True Match. Again, absolutely love this. And this is so old, I don't even know what's, oh, beige, 3D3W golden beige. That's like, I always mix my foundations anyway, but if I want a bit of extra coverage, then I'll use that, and I'll mix that with probably one of the skin tints. And then also another newish one to my collection is the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation, and this is in the shade NW20. Again, really love this. It's really lightweight, good coverage, and I liked the original one, but that was just too thick for everyday use, so I bought that one, and yeah, I've been absolutely loving it. I'm just wearing quite light coverage today, to be fair, because I'm not really doing much tonight. I think we're just going to go to that Chai Gardens, the drive-through restaurant, sometimes movie in Birmingham, so I don't really need a lot of makeup, but I just want to make a bit of an effort. And then, so my all-time favourite cream bronzers at the moment is from my Curve Case. So this is the Curve Case Light. As you can see, it's well loved. It looks disgusting, but I absolutely love this. It gives that instant blur to your skin as well, which you wouldn't normally expect from cream bronzers and cream blushes. Yeah, so I just use this Coloured Rain angled brush for the bronzer side. So you've got 2 contour shades and then 2 bronzers. I always just dip into both of these. And it just, I don't know, I just love this so much. It's so easy and quick to blend. And it just gives, yeah, like an instant filter to your skin. But I just use this on the perimeters of my face. I do also go in with the cream blushes. I'll do that in a minute. So I also love the Rare Beauty Always Sunny bronzer stick. This again is another one that just blends in so quick and easy, effortless, and a really good product. And then I haven't got it out actually, but I do also love the to actually contour and shape my face. Then I like good old Huda Tantour. I feel like that's such a good product. And then to go in with the blushes, so it depends what kind of look I'm going for, but I mainly use these two, mainly this one, which is natural, or if I'm going for like a cool toned or I want a pink blush, then I will use strawberry cream. So you've got strawberry cream, cold heart, coral, and natural. But yeah, I mainly use natural. I just really like this colour, especially with the bronzer. It just goes so well with the bronzer. And I'll just put a little bit on my nose. But yeah, they just blend so well. If I'm not using the curve case, which is barely ever because I always use my curve case, and I use this so much and it's lasted so well, like it's not even got that much of a big dent in it. But I do also love the Made by Mitchell liquid blushes, especially a Shy Boy. Shy Boy is my favourite for my lips and my cheeks, and especially when I've got a nice tan as well. Just a little bit of this, some faux freckles, just to bring out my natural freckles, and a little bit of like a glowy primer is beautiful for like an everyday summery look. And then I also like Peach Sugar as well, and I also like Rosy Posy, I think it is. That's another one of my favourites. But yeah, Shy Boy is like my ultimate favourite blush. I actually need to buy a new one. But this on the lips with the Bare Lip Oil, which is from Made by Mitchell, I think I've spoken about this before, is, oh, it's like one of my favourite lip combos. In terms of concealer, so concealer is quite a funny one for me because I get quite dry under eyes and it really does show in a lot of concealers, like especially thicker concealers. And my ultimate favourite concealer is the Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer in, I don't know what shade this is, but it's not really that much brighter than my, look, it's not that much brighter than my foundation. It's probably like one shade lighter, but I just love this concealer. This is a concealer that I will always wear when I go out, mainly because it just does not dry out my under eyes. My under eyes feel and look flawless, and to blend this in is my favourite concealer brush, and it's a P. Louise F4 brush. I've got a few of these. I will always use these to blend in my concealer. I was more of a sponge girl until I discovered this brush. I think I got it out of a set. I can't remember, or was it from the advent calendar? It was, unless it's from the budget box. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, I absolutely love this concealer brush. Just blends so quickly. Okay, so now my favourite step has got to be powders. And there's only really 2 powders that I really gravitate towards, 2 loose powders this is. And you've got the famous Huda Beauty Pound Cake. Love this, very long wearing, very good, especially for a night out. Got quite a heavy fragrance to it, but it doesn't really bother me. And then this is my all-time favourite powder, and I'm nearly out, I'm going to have to buy some more, is a Grail Cosmetics setting powder in shade 01. I don't know if that's translucent or not, I can't remember. And obviously, I always pick this over my Huda one. I recommend this to everyone. My friend said it's got flashback, but I've never had that problem, to be fair. But then I do use this to set my whole face. That's quite a lot, but I always use my Trigwell powder puff as well. Obviously, you've got to. but it's just so lightweight. Instant filter. It's just blurring. It's so finely milled. It's just a beautiful, beautiful powder. It holds my oils up really, really well. And considering I've used like a glowy primer, I don't know why I use glowy primers because I like my face to be set matte, but I think after a while then that glow does come through. But it just, I don't know, I just absolutely, absolutely love it. I just need them to bring out a pressed powder. I think that would be beautiful, but yeah, my face is all set. That was so quick. It's all set, but it still looks like skin. It's not drying. It doesn't cling to any dry patches. It just is beautiful. I absolutely love this powder. Okay, so next up we have bronzers. So a bronzer that I always reach for at the moment is the Hoola Benefit. This, got powder everywhere. This is an oldie but a very goodie. I just like neutral bronzers. I don't like to be too warm. And to blend this in, I use my P. Louise 638 angled brush. I know Spectrum have got exactly the same brush because I've got that. But I'm just doing this really quick just to show how quickly I do my everyday kind of makeup. So yeah, that's beautiful. But I also love the MAC Dark Tan Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. So this is also a good bronzer. I'll just put a bit more on, that's fine, you can never have too much. And also another neutral one is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in shade 2 Medium. Again, I think this isn't too warm, it's not too cool, it pulls through quite neutral on me, and yeah, that's the reason why I do love that. Oh, I didn't talk about pressed powder. So the only pressed powder that I actually really reach for is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 1, I think this is. It's so old, it's red back. But this is a purchase that I repurchased multiple times, and I've got minis of. It's one that I always take out with me if I'm going anywhere and I need to touch up my makeup. So that is the one that I always use. I feel like we're flying through this. So powder blushes, I've got a couple, and I feel like powder blushes are a little bit like eyeshadow palettes to me at the moment. Like, I'm quite big on blush. I'll never skip blush step whenever I'm doing my makeup. But one that I reach for probably the most, I don't know if it's just because it's in my everyday drawer, but I've spoken about this before, and this is the Juvia's Blushed Duo in volume 2, and you've got a really nice shade here that goes well with that natural shade that I use from the Curve case, and then you've also got a lighter shade as well. So to use this, I'm just going to use a Peach and Cream PC04 brush, and then just dip in between the two. Oh, my nose is quite, I might have put a bit too much on my nose, but not fine. We're going for the cold girl look. Yeah, cute. Cute, cute, cute. So I love that one. Or I've been reaching for this a lot at the moment, and it's the Made by Mitchell Blush book, the original one, and you just got so many options in here, but I always use this side, day to day, everyday kind of blushes, use this side, especially Peachy Friday, Thrill Joyed, they've got a bit of a gold shimmering, and then you've got 90s Nude, which is a bit of a matte one if you prefer a matte one. Terracotta 2s, that's a beautiful shade as well. But if I am going for a pink one, then at least I've got loads of options there. So that is a really, really good choice if you want multiple all in one place. I've also been reaching a lot for the Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette from Charlotte Tilbury, and I kind of just mix it all together. And it gives a really nice glowy blush, but these shades are just beautiful. I'm just going to go in with the same brush, and let's go in with the two highlighter shades and just give this, I just like to give it a very subtle, look at that, it's just so beautiful. And then I also like to use this as a bit of a bronzer topper, and this is the MAC Gold Deposit Mineralized Skin Finish. This is beautiful. absolutely beautiful. It just makes your skin come back to life, like your bronzer come back to life. The only thing I don't like about this is sometimes this lid is just so hard to open. It's got like no groove to like lift it up or anything, and it's just, I don't know, it just nearly breaks my nails sometimes. That's the one thing I don't like about that product. But if I do want to highlight a moment, I've got a few favourites. So I've got I can't actually find it, I need to find it, but I'll insert a photograph. Here, this is my ultimate beautiful highlighter. It's just such a subtle highlight, but it still pops through, and this is what I love to use on a night out. Or a good old fashioned Benefit cookie. This is a beautiful highlighter as well. It's very, very creamy. Look at that, it's stunning. It's very, very pigmented. Or I do sometimes opt for the Dior Backstage palette, and I like to use a mixture of these shades. I like to definitely go over the top with my blush with the pink one if I'm having a pink blush moment, and then I like to use a champagne-y one. Sometimes I've used the blonde and the very light shade all over my eyes, which was really, really nice. Then let's talk about eyeshadow. So if you've been watching my videos, then you will know for eyeshadow base I will always, 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 always go in with the P. Louise base. I've got so many of these, so many different shades, but my main one at the moment is what I always use, and it's Rumor 03. Again, I've gone through so many of these, I've got so many of these, so I usually opt between 2 and 3 depending on the eye look. If I want something quite vibrant, then I might go for a more of a brighter eyeshadow base, but if I'm going for just like a normal eye look or even like a warm toned eye or anything like that, then I'll go for Rumor 3. Sometimes I use 2.5 as well, but yeah, that's if I'm just doing an actual eyeshadow look. But today I am just gonna sip a bit of concealer on my eyes right now, because day to day I'll just run like a bronzer or something like that through my crease, or just a warm brown shadow. I don't really do too much in my eyes unless I'm like going out and I want to make obviously an impression. But palette that I always reach for at the moment, and I have mentioned this recently, is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palettes. It's just such a good everyday neutral palette. I do love an all matte moment. It's very rare that I actually wear shimmer unless I'm going out, but just like if I'm going shopping to a restaurant or something like that, I don't know, I just want to do my makeup, then I'll either run a bronzer through my crease or I just do an all brown matte moment. So let's go in. I mix these two, to be honest, and I'm just gonna run that all over. Nothing too drastic, to be honest. And I find that this just blends so nicely, and it blends quite well into my bronzers as well. I might sometimes go in with a bronzer if I've used an eyeshadow originally, and just go around the outer edge. And I'm just going to dip just into this one. But this is basically if I just want a little something on my eyes without going too crazy. But if I am doing just say going out makeup look, or I want something a bit more spectacular, then I will still use the mattes in this, but then I'll just top it with a shimmer shadow from a different palette or something like that. And then once I've gone in with my brown shades, then I will tend to go in with this banana shade here. Absolutely love this banana shade. And I'll just pop that in my inner corner just to really brighten up that inner corner without looking too bright and using a white. It's like a fleshy pale shade. Just something very, very basic. And then I may just run a little bit of this shade on my lower lash line. Just a little something. Now, if this is too expensive, because it is an expensive palette, I appreciate that, then Jordana T-shirt have got an alternative, and you do get more for your money. So there are some deals that she always does with this, but this, I think this is about £45, and you do get a lot more shades than the Makeup by Mario one, so it's a bit more of an investment. But yeah, sometimes I will go in with just this one. This is a good alternative to the Makeup by Mario in terms of formula as well. They blend out equally as well. Or an even cheaper version is the P. Louise Beneath the Sheets, just an all matte brownie palette, but I do love the shades in this because it's very chocolatey brown, and I do love a chocolatey brown eye. But yeah, this is a beautiful matte palette, and that's another bougie palette which I have been reaching for a lot at the moment. It's a little bit grubby. Oh, my makeup is a little bit grubby. I need to give it a good clean. Is the Patrick Tar one. Just look at that. If I want a more like berry, mauvey kind of tone, then I will go for this. I love the fact it comes with two coloured cream shadows as well, because this, and it comes with a lid to protect it, but I kind of use that as a bit of a base and then layer it with these shadows, and these shimmer shadows are beautiful as well. They're not as creamy as other shadows that I've used, but they do give a nice glitter to the eye, basically. A nice shimmer. And then also reach for a lot is the P. Louise If the Crown Fits palette. Now this is a massive palette, but you essentially get two palettes in one, so it kind of is worth the money. You've got one which is a pull out drawer, so this palette is what I would normally wear in the summer when I want those peachy corally tones. But then what I also love as well, and I always use this palette when I do other people's makeup, is this top palette, because it's got all your chocolates, it's got all your neutrals, it's got a few mustardy tones, it's got some golds in there. But yeah, both of them combined, look at that, is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, whenever I do people's makeup, I do tend to gravitate towards this palette, and the shimmers are so shimmery and buttery and beautiful, so I do love these palettes from P. Louise. But if I'm using an all matte palette or a bronzer or something, and I do want a little twinkle to the eye, then I absolutely love, and this is probably one of my favourite products this year, and I've even lent this to my friend to take on holiday with her because I said you need to try it, and it's the Jordana t-shirt Twinkle Tower. So it comes, this is a set of 4 eye toppers, so you've got one here, just look, it's just beautiful. I don't know if you can really tell on camera there, but they just feel so silky too, and they just glisten in the lights as well. They're just so beautiful. 3, but they haven't got much of a base underneath because they are eyeshadow toppers. So you would put this over the top of the coloured eyeshadow. I don't know if you can really tell that swatch there. But sometimes, yeah, just like an all matte base like this, and then I will just go in with this, and it just gives it a little something something on your lids, and yeah, you are good to go. So but like when you go out to clubs and things like that, it just looks so beautiful on the eye, where it just reflects off the different light that will reflect off your eyes. But yeah, I absolutely love this so much. And there's so many different alternatives to like the Urban Decay Space Cowboy. Like this is £16 for 4 shades and equally as good. I absolutely love this. I do really recommend it if there's something that you want to get for that sparkle for the party season. Definitely pick yourself one up with this. And I know that Jordana has previously put an offer on these two products together, where pretty sure if you bought this you got this free, or both this at a discounted rate, so keep an eye out, especially for Black Friday as well. And then in terms of lashes, as you probably know, I wear the tatty lashes quite often. I either go for Moncherie or what are these? Haute Couture, the Invisi lashes. I always wear these on a day to day. I just feel naked if I haven't got them on. But I have recently bought the Khloe Kardashian set, which will be in my next haul. And yeah, I'm going to be using that soon. So lips. I've got a few lip liner favourites. But at the moment, my ultimate has got to be these two. So we've got the Maybelline Lifter Liner. This is in the shade What shade is it? Oh, Let's Bounce. I think it's the darkest one. That's that shade there. And then I've also been loving the P. Louise Purpose, which is quite a dark shade as well. And also, what's the other one that I've been using? We've got a Faithful as well, which is that one. I do like the sharpening kind of lip liners, and there's also like Luscious Lips or something. I can't find it. It must be in one of my bags, and that is a really good one too. Or alternatively, I've been using a lip tint. So I've been using the Body Shop Pink Hibiscus lip tint at the moment, for just everyday wear. I use lip liners, lipsticks, lip glosses and stuff like that when I go out, but for everyday wear I've been using this lip and cheek stain from Body Shop. I do want to get the Benefit one. I literally just put on a little bit like this and then just blend it in with my fingers. Just to give my lips a little bit of colour without having to line them and stuff. And then what I would normally do is top this with a lip oil or a lip gloss. So I'd either use a Charlotte Tilbury Magic Lip Oil, a Laneige lip mask thing, or you've got the good old fashioned P. Louise lip oils. It's got so much hair stuck to it for some reason. This one is in the shade Winter Wish. So these are nice lip oils. I love the Rimmel ones. They're really good. I also like the Dior ones. They're really good. I'm just using this one because it's literally at arm's reach. All my other ones are in my handbag because I always apply a lip oil throughout the day. So setting sprays. Right, I've got a few. I've got a few that I absolutely love. Where did I put them all? My ultimate favourite is the L'Oreal 3 Seconds Set Mist. I love this. I've gone through 3 tubes of this already and I've just run out, which is why I can't use it today. So I need to repurchase this, especially because I'm going to be going on a lot of like Christmas night outs and stuff. But I absolutely love this. It's like $10.99, I think. It's a little bit like hairspray in a tin. That's something that I really like. An alternative, which is what I'm going to use today, is the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. This is a bit more pricier, which is why I try to use it sparingly. I haven't used this one in ages, to be fair, but it goes on a lot finer than the L'Oreal one. But I like the feel of the fact that my makeup is stuck on, which is why I like the L'Oreal one. Another alternative that I really like is the Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray. An oldie but a goodie. Everyone loves this. Everyone knows it's really good. But that is my second one that I really like. So I'm going to take my hair out now. And then I think that is basically it. So that is like my everyday, probably not every day because I've got a little bit of twinkle topper on my eyes, which I wouldn't normally put on, but I just wanted to show you how it looks. But this is probably, everything else is like my wanna wear makeup look, but not do too much, if that makes sense. I know we put a lot of products on, we put like cream blush, cream bronzers, but this didn't take long at all. Obviously, I've been talking throughout this whole video, but I can easily do this makeup look in about 10 minutes. That's how quickly it is to apply. It blends so easily. I feel like I haven't really got makeup on my skin. Like, it's so lightweight, everything all together because we put such light amount on. But yeah, they're all my Holy Grail products at the moment. Let's hope that after I test all these new products that we can add a few extras into the mix. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what are your favourite Holy Grail products, because if I haven't already tried them, then I will definitely want to try them, especially because we've got Black Friday sales coming up, we've got Christmas, we've got January sales, Boxing Day sales, all that good stuff. So this is like the best time to start buying some makeup. And yeah, I do tend to buy a lot of makeup at this time of year, I can't lie. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Bye!